Hello, my name is Mary Lind, kindergarten teacher from Jefferson County.
And I'm Courtney Vargo, a first grade teacher from Fayette County. As you may already be aware, the Next Generation Standards are a list of what the students will know, understand, and do, not a list of what the teacher will teach. Our goal with this video is to provide an interactive way for you to transform your morning meeting and calendar time so that it is developmentally appropriate for your students while also aligning with the Next Generation Standards.
To begin, let's look at a traditional calendar. What do you observe about this setup?
Well, as I'm looking at this calendar, I notice that it's commercialized. There's no personal touches, no student ownership, no student work. All teacher created. While I'm sure this teacher had really good intentions, it seems a little visually overwhelming. There is a whole lot going on this wall.
And traditionally, one student does most of the work while the rest of the class watches. This calendar can also last anywhere from 15 to 45 minutes or more.
Here is an excellent, eye-opening article put out by NACE that helps explain why a traditional calendar is not developmentally appropriate for young children.
Please take a few minutes to download and read this article before continuing on with the video. Pause video now.
This article has several key points that we'd like to highlight.
Kindergartners should use time-linked vocabulary such as before, after, next, earlier, later. And first graders can begin to use vocabulary such as hour, minute, second, as well as the time-linked vocabulary.
Calendar and classroom meetings are an excellent way to integrate all subjects. Traditionally, math was the dominant aspect of calendar time. However, math concepts can be more effectively taught through hands-on exploration.
The article also lists alternatives to add to your calendar, such as picture schedules, linear representations, timelines, and project work. Next, we will review a model of a next-generation calendar that incorporates a morning meeting.
If you noticed, this calendar is completely student-generated, much different than the calendar we previously looked at. We suggest having a student draw a picture each day illustrating the weather after a quick observation at the Weather Center. Students will feel a sense of ownership in their own classroom. This is what the Next Generation Standards are all about.
When the month ends, the cards can be used to graph the month's weather. They can also be bound or put on a ring titled with that month and put in the weather station. A morning meeting can be held on a carpeted area using an easel, chart paper, whiteboard, or a smartboard. Here are just a few examples of what your morning meeting might look like. As I begin my morning meeting, I first ask a student to illustrate the weather on an index card after observing the weather at our weather station. And in the meantime, I begin the shared writing of the morning meeting. This shared writing, depending on students' reading skills, can teach basic print concepts, phonemic awareness, and other conventions of writing.
The 100 chart is an effective way to keep track of how many days we've been in school, identify patterns, and visibly add to the sequence of days in school. There's a plethora of activities you could use, but keep it quick. It should only take about a minute.
Making the daily schedule visible will help students know what to expect next in their busy day, and this results in confidence and a sense of security. Ask questions about the schedule and allow students to turn and talk to discuss their answers. The turn and talk technique can be used at any time during the morning routine, anytime there is a question.
We recommend using real-life photographs that the students can relate to. In kindergarten, it's color-coded in the morning and color-coded for the afternoon. In first grade, a clock is added to the schedule in order for students to be aware of the time. As the year progresses, more specific time can be added to the schedule.
A song or poem can end your routine and provide a smooth transition to the next activity. In the early months of school, songs about the days of the week or months or other concepts can be used, but we suggest adding rich literature such as this poem by Robert Frost.
In the afternoon, reconvene with students, doing a simple survey by graphing and discussing the results. This can also be a time to talk about what students have observed on their projects like planting beans, for example. As in the morning meeting, this sets the tone for the afternoon. Students are encouraged to discuss their observation results of the survey by turning and talking with a partner.
Number Talks is a 5 to 10 minute meaningful conversation about a purposeful math problem. This could be a dot card, 10 frame, or a simple addition problem. When students are confident in their classroom environment, they will take risks and contribute to the mathematical thinking happening. And there are also many great children's books in which to also use to discuss math concepts.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. We hope that we have provided you with a variety of resources as you work to transform your classroom to reflect the next generation standards. Please click on the next video to see how we planned for this activity.